Boom, and we're live. Om Namaste. Welcome. Isn't she beautiful? Are you not madly in love with Mother Nature? What is wrong with you? You silly monkey, have you forgotten? I sure haven't, says the unenlightened one. It's so immediate. Every time I go away from nature and then I come back, I know that I have this longing for nature, but most of me forgets why. I just know that it's good for me. And as soon as I come back, it all just universal download. Here I am. I am indeed. So, the pre-downloaded thought that I had earlier, the pre-recorded response, that's what I call them. It was essentially, I've accepted death in many terms before, but this time in terms of personality. Because a personality is an illusion, but let's say it's a valuable illusion because it has felt experience, and so you like that illusion, but the illusion is revealed, reality is revealed, and so the illusion fades away. But what about that value that you wanted from the personality? What about the reason you cultivated that personality in the first place? Oh no, it's dead, it's gone. But what died was once born, and if it was once born, it was nothing before that, and then it spawned into existence somehow. Some set of processes gave birth to that thing, and you can undergo that process again. For example, let's say you spent 20 years out in the wilderness learning how to be one with nature and God and speak to coyotes and I don't know. And then you come back, you integrate back into society for whatever reason, and then you're like, oh fuck, I can't talk to trees anymore. All you do is you go back to the forest, and then at some point, there you are. Woo, whatever you thought died, boom, here it is again. Because everything's cyclical. Also, hi, welcome to my hole. I started this project like 2 years ago. It still exists. I don't not have plans for it, but I'm not really doing anything with it. I'm not gonna chill out here for too long. I just wanted to put my bag down because it's weight. I'm also gonna take off my sweater because it's weight. Oh my God, it's a hawk. I think it's some type of bird. It's beautiful. Look at God. He's so amazing. She's so beautiful. Love is all there is. I would like to digress on this topic because I used to talk about love is all there is from an ignorant point of view. John Lennon also talked about the experience I'm having now once, where he's like, he was with Yoko and he said, I used to say love is all you need, but when we made that song, I didn't even know what love was. But very clearly, if you look into what he's saying, he knew at the time. That version of him knew. He just didn't know like he knows now. And because love is a constant, fresh, new, unfolding thing, and it gets deeper and deeper as you go. And so every level of it, you feel it, but the deeper you go, the more you know. But yeah, so I'm at this place of love really is all there is. everything else is an illusion, because even love as you perceive it is an illusion. It's a constant unfolding thing. So the next thing to come that you haven't seen yet is still love. So what you have right now from that perspective is a dead carcass of what was once love. And love is life. And love is consciousness. And love is what is. Love is pure expression. Love is the operating... I believe that love is the uniting force of the universe. So whatever the hell holds together quantum mechanics and whatever the other one is. I knew it at one point when I was deeper into science. Now I'm more into spirituality. I'll get back. I'm actually on the route back. That's why it's in my mind. But yeah, like, I believe that whatever holds yin and yang together is love. And that force is so transcendental that it would be known by many names, because every culture / school, anyone who would discover that concept would call it something. But I believe it's all love. So the thing that holds atoms together is love. Gravity is an expression of love. That pulling together, melting, molding of love. It's beautiful. And it's ugly too, because all truth is an expression of love, and death is an expression of truth. And death is the completion of life. And when you see the whole thing unfold and from different perspectives, then it looks amazing, and you can talk about it. And then you have the experience, and what the hell was that? It's a punch to the face. See, when you look at someone getting punched in the face, and when you feel getting punched in the face, it's two different experiences, experientially. But in reality, someone's just getting punched in the face. There is no difference. The only difference is the felt information, which is what makes it real. Oh, dear God. Oh, I was too busy with words and I wasn't using the eyes. Silly me. But that's why I turned on the camera, for the words. Exactly. I don't have to feel bad for the words, because the words are equally as valid as the not words. I disagree. They have a slight less... What they represent is equally as valid. The thought, the idea realm is equally as valid as this world that we can physically explore. But the word form is very insufficient, as Terence McKenna pointed out 1,000 times over again. And now we live in a world where AI and simulations and stuff are a lot more advanced. So I don't know why we don't use those to our advantages more. I hope to become smart enough to do that and to help humanity do that. But if I can't do that, then someone else please do it. I don't know, man. I'm going to make my way over there. There's many thorns. I have not been here in so long. Definitely since before it froze over. Realistically, I probably haven't been in this place as it is in my mind in like 2 years. Because last year was 2020, so everything sucked. And this place is like home to me. To this version of me that like nothing else really sees, because as soon as I leave, it leaves. But it's the most beautiful, serene, calm thing. And after I get there, I'm probably just going to shut up and we're going to watch the stream together in the sun until I have a thought, in which case I'm going to vocalize the thought. And then I'm going to go back to the oneness, and then we're going to do that dance. And so we'll see if any awesome philosophical things come out of the brain mechanism. But first we have to get to the destination, which means we have to go on the journey. What? We're already on the journey? Well, that's amazing. Let's go on an adventure. Life is an adventure. Everything's an adventure. Don't grow up. Don't give in to the lie. Only put on the mask of the lie so that the other liars think that you're a fellow liar telling the truth of the lie. And so then they don't pay attention to you. And then you take off the mask in your own private abode given to you by God, and then you realize that you are God swimming in Jesus Christ. That is in my hair. Okay. We're good. Oh no. I'm significantly more scared than I was a little bit ago. And I can still sit here and say everything is love and everything is beautiful and harmonious and amazing. And even if I fell in right now, and even if I landed and then a snake bit me, I could say the same goddamn thing. See, when you are an awakening person in an unawakening environment, it puts a lot of stress and confusion on you. But when you get done with that level of the awakening process, you realize that was the thing that woke you up. And that is, when that happens enough times, which that didn't happen enough times for me to realize, thank God, someone told me, I don't remember who it was, probably Maharaji, and like one of the people who learned from Maharaji explaining it somehow. Ram Dass, of course, is the main one. I was pointing at the fact that there's more than one person who has learned from Maharaji. But anyway, we're here. Why do I want to talk? Because, why do I like recording in the first place? Because I am an unawakened being, but I am more awakened than I used to be. And when I was who I used to be, there were other people like me. And everyone's on this spectrum. So some people are waking up and they don't know about it. Some people aren't waking up. Like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then something happens, and some people are trying to wake up, but they can't. And so it's all different parts of the same exact process. And so I feel like the longer I go on the path, the more recognizable the path is. But then also what happens as you go down the path is you find yourself more alienated from everyone else because you're further down the path than anyone else around you. So you got to go back, and that's the Bodhisattva. And I feel like I haven't been down this road long enough to be able to map it out or to tell you what it's like, but I think the term for it would be the dance between Nirvana and Bodhisattva, because that's what it feels like. When I hear those concepts explained and I map them over my life experience, that is what tends to happen. Anyway, why do I want to talk? I find that I don't. That's the beautiful part. I don't want to talk. And then someone asks me a question. And then I want to talk. Because I like people, you know? That's the thing. The deeper you go, the less there is to talk about. But people need words to hold on to because they're in the physical realm. They need things to hold on to because we're people. People need things to hold on to, or else we would be God. We are God inside of people, and if we want to go back into that godness, the goal is, from my perspective, to get as close to God as possible within human form. And so that means physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever that means for you. And for me, that means a lot of studying. Why does it mean a lot of studying? I don't know. I just have this urge to study things. I want to know. Like it might be an effect of ADHD. I don't understand it. If anyone else does, please help me out. But it seems sometimes fairly like a nuisance, almost. And I would never describe it that way on my own, which is strange that I do. But I don't regret it because I know that I don't feel like that. It's just another thought that I'm going to throw into the fire. So it doesn't really matter. But while it's here, I mean, it's here, I'm here. What else are we going to do? We got to work with it, right? This is all our karma. It's the dharmic unfolding. This is the way I understand things. I wish to vocalize the way I understand things because I still feel like, quote unquote, one of you. I feel like a normal person. I don't feel like I'm definitely not enlightened. And it's that divide of like, I really do feel normal and I really do feel special. Special is not the word for it, but it's the only one that I feel gets the concept across. There was a ripple in the water, and it was very beautiful. It was probably a sign of life. I love life. I am life. I am life pretending to be Jacob. Jacob's so strange. What is Jacob? And then the thought comes, they don't want to know about Jacob. But why would they be listening to Jacob if they didn't want to know about Jacob? Because they want to know about the universe. And Jacob is like a thing. And how would you like it if you were watching a movie and the camera started talking about its feelings? I would be very appreciative that the camera felt open enough to me to talk about its feelings. And I'd sit down. But normal people aren't like that, which is why you're not normal people. But I am normal people because normal people aren't the Buddha, and I'm not the Buddha, therefore normal people. Normal people don't think like that. And then the thought arises is normal a good or a bad term? Because that's the determining thought of what the thought is. Because if you don't know if it's good or bad, if you're just feeling sensation and you don't know if it's pleasure or pain, that's the context. That shows you how you should react. Because if it's pain, you need to get away. And if it's pleasure, you should probably stay as you are or go towards it or whatever. But I don't understand. All I understand is that river. Man, Ramana Maharshi was like, that mountain is my guru. This river is my guru. Fuck gurus. Plants. Terence McKenna. But at the same time, Maharaji. Jesus. Here we are. As you go on, it gets lighter and lighter. The more you struggle, the easier it gets. The more you work, you get done, the less there is left to do. I feel that my work on myself at this level, of course, there's infinite levels of the game, so it never ends, but at this level, I feel like a lot of my work on myself is pretty much done. I'm saying this realistically because the other day I was listening, now I'm calling myself out. I rarely do this. This is comical. I wish to do this more. I wish to be in this environment more. It's okay, I will be. Anyway, Ram Dass, he was talking about, he was a youngin'. He was like, I don't think there's much more of me left. And I genuinely, especially from listening to him at that time, I feel like that Dharma bot, which is a thought that I have, and if you know me, then you probably know it, and if you don't, it doesn't matter. But that specific incarnation of his self, I think he was right. He was barely there. He's just floating. And then he took on more karma, and he's like, well, I've got a crossroads. Bodhisattva or Nirvana? Bodhisattva. And I'm going to make the same exact decision if it ever comes my way, which is the hilarious part, because from this perspective, it really looks like I'm going to go towards Nirvana, because enlightenment. And this brings me back to the thing. I'm always chasing the thing. I enjoy the dance of chasing the thing. I want to chase it. I want to go as fast, as hard as I can, and possibly get it. But I don't want to get it. I want to get it, and want to get it, and want to get it. And I finally get it. And it's amazing. And then I'm bored, and so I start chasing something again. I'm like a dog and a squirrel. That dance. Oh, I love that dance. I want to do that dance forever. But I'm the pursuer of God, and God is that, and I want to, because ultimately I just want to sit and meditate for infinity. But if I was sitting and meditating for infinity, then I wouldn't be helping out the people, which is why I'm here as a person. I wonder if squirrels incarnate to help other squirrels listen. Fair point, bird. Universe says, sit down, stop words. Okay. I appreciate stop words. Oh no! This is phone recording up down, not left right. Shame. I'm gonna go inward, so give me grace. I don't think I'll cut it out. I might just end the recording. I might start a new recording. No, but I could bind them together. Is that possible? Who knows? Anything's possible when God is your best friend. That's a nice thing that I guess I should probably talk about because I haven't already, so far as I know. And even if I have, then it's in the past, and the past isn't the current moment, and the current moment's the only thing that matters in this current moment. So, I don't even remember what the thought was, so, sky. How do I balance the Christian, Buddhist, Hindu? That's the thought. I don't know. I really don't understand. I'm beginning to. The thing is, I'm a Christian, right? I am Jesus all the way. And I entertain these concepts, and then I see the truth in them, and I'm like, ah. And my own personal, internal Jesus is like, yes. And, like, basically, so I understand Om Namah Shivaya, all is turning into you, all is turning into grace. Shivaya is death, and the destructive force of the universe. And so all death is grace, is essentially what I got from that. And I extract that, and it's beautiful. But if I start worshiping Shiva, Jesus is like, no, don't worry. Like, don't get caught in that. And then it manifests as some narrative, I guess, and then it always brings me back to the cross, which is exactly what the Christian path is supposed to do, because I'm in love with Jesus. That is the experience of being a Christian. It's not something I have to try to do. There's this concept of a being who is love, that is one with God, and made the universe, and is the universe, and loves and cherishes the universe, and watches over it like its child. And one of my favorite things that David Patterson says, he said it once, he probably says it again, but he said, if you go to a parent who's like nursing her child or something like that, and you start asking her philosophical questions about what the meaning of life is, she's going to be like, why are you asking such stupid questions? And this is coming from someone who has spent a fair deal of time pondering philosophical questions, so he has the validity to say that. And like that, yes, that's absolutely true. Why are you asking? Those questions are meaningless, and I'm someone who has spent a fair amount of time asking those questions, and so I love them and I cherish them, but I've gotten to see the point where they're meaningless, which is the purpose of the question, is to ultimately be meaningless, because you don't want to be asking a question. You want to be, I don't know, hunting for your next meal or something, like hunter-gatherer mindset. That's where that came from. I like both. I like all parts. I wish I understand it. I want to know where that thought comes from. Same place that all thoughts come from, the self. That is a much grander answer than I think what I was looking for. Anyway, how do I balance it? I'm in love with Jesus. This is just a statement of my being. I've tasted that, and it's beautiful. It started as just another thought. It started as a teaching. It started as something that was handed down from my parents, but now it's fully absorbed me. It's like when you do a practice, it it has that effect. Like, you can't, like, meditation. I got into meditation. I got into meditation, and the meditation just sucked me in. And whatever I thought I was meditating for vanished. Like, I originally got into meditation for, like, astral projection. What? You can have an experience outside of your body? Like a dream, but not a dream. Reality? Oh, my God. And at that phase I was real into the spiritual, mystical side. But then I started meditating, and then my percussion instructor basically told me meditate on a leaf. And so I meditated on the leaf, and that was like a more focused Zen approach. And from there, it's just, it is like you just meditate, and then you come to nature and you sit. Here we are. You don't even gotta try. It's just right here. It's so rich. It's so fresh. It's so thick. It's so amazing. Hi, Muji. I love Muji. He's my favorite out of all of them until Ramana Maharshi comes, and then all of them come racing in, and then here we are. It's amazing. I can't wait to expand. I've already expanded so much further because I thought it was just Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts, Ram Dass, Muji. But I wrote down the list of all of my teachers and gurus and Zen masters and babas and all that. And Swamis, now I'm just being cocky. What's the word? Narcissistic. That one. Now I'm just listing them to list them. But yeah, I listed all of them, and there's a fair list, and I'm proud. And it's a healthy pride, I think. I know. What I'm beginning, there's these battles that spawn in the mind. They only last like a second. They're like that. But it's like, usually a lot of them are based around the thought, that's ego, or that is you trying to take, and the thing that I was talking about existed before that thought came in. And so, no, it wasn't, because if it came from ego, it would already be rooted in ego. So self would be telling me that it was ego, and it's a lot more. And so it doesn't. Like that. That's what the internal battles are like, and I'm beginning to see them as something just passing by too, because I was passing by until I got caught by one of the battles. Dang it, the battles. And here we are. I don't even know what this is, because this isn't a podcast. This is like hi, come meditate with me. That's what that's like. That's what this feels like. How do I balance being Jesus, being Jesus boy, being Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, all of it? I'm not any of it except Christian. That's the one I'm not letting go of. There's a phrase in the Bhagavad Gita that says you gotta let go of everything, even religion. And Jesus has the statement of, if you want to be free from religion, come from me. Come to me. Like, something along those lines. And what we're talking about, that transcends religion. And so that's one level. But like, when I get to the point where I no longer, when I am Jesus. Maharaji has the thing where it's cool to sit in a room with Jesus, but it's even cooler to be Jesus. And like when I've reached the point where I am Jesus and I no longer need him as an external tool, he just is. Oh, what's the phrase? It's no longer I who live, but Christ who lives within me. When that fully happens, then I can let go of Christianity. But that's the one I'm gonna hold on to, even tighter than I hold on to like science and all of that, because like I feel like that's the nature of the Christian game. Like I really do think, although it was a terrible story and real event that happened to pull from, I really think the thing where someone holds a gun to your head and like, do you believe in Jesus? That is the ultimate. That is one stretch of the Christian game. Like how to prove it. But like from that, when someone says that, no, the ultimate way to be Christian is to love God and love people. That's it. That's the truth. And I love God and I love people. And then I see God as the Buddha, and I see God as Brahma, and I see God as Shiva, and I see the God in all of it, because I see God everywhere. God's in that tree. God is the one talking. God's behind the one talking. God's behind the perceiver. God is the body. God is transcending the body. God is more infinite. He's finite. He's every atom, every planet, every beyond. Gate, paragate, parasamgate. Oh my God, America. Bodhisvaha. Gate, maragate, parasamgate, Bodhisvaha. That's the new one for me. Obviously, all of them are. Mantras are a very useful tool. I wonder if this is what all the people that I listen to experience, because there's this feeling of like, yeah, okay, talking happens, and at first you're really into it, and then as time goes on, it's just the thing that would usually arise, like a thought would come and you're like, that's worth vocalizing. It doesn't have that, that's worth vocalizing. It just runs, and the whole thought runs out, and it's a conversation in your mind, but it's such a poignant and pointless conversation. Why have the conversation when you can breathe and just be what is, and then look around and feel around and expand your awareness and expand your consciousness and go inward and go outward simultaneously, and then I have a longing for being able to have that experience, especially on command. I know that it's possible, or something to that is possible, because I've had it before. When you have a consistent meditation practice, I'm going to try to keep the phone like this. But when you have a consistent meditation practice, all you really got to do is close your eyes and you're back in it. It's just a timeless moment. And I know this from experience, but I'm not doing it right now, and so I don't experience it. And why am I not doing it right now? Well, on one level, external factors, but on a deeper level, those external factors are just distractions from the meditation. And so if I really made the meditation the number one priority, which that's the meditation, the number one priority. You want to get to God, meditate. In my lifetime, I don't know how that manifests for other people, but for me, it's really a one-to-one correlation. And I think that's why I push it so strongly, which is why no one around me meditates, which is why I can't meditate. So that's how I'm creating my own predicament. So. And you can get to a space where you're just watching it all happen. Even that, and that too, and the brain. And you're always one step behind it, but you're always one step ahead of it. You're always one step ahead of it. It is always one step behind you, And since you're watching it, then you're the step after that, and then it's watching you, and then you're watching it, and it's watching you. What is it? It's the heart. It's the dance between the heart and the mind and the heart, and the heart mind. Space and time, all one. All one. The land and the river, all one. The pot space and the infinite space, all one. And everything else is just an illusion. And the hilarious part is, if you're saying everything else is just an illusion, you're an illusion. Because you're not speaking from that timeless space. Because everything else, what else? What are you talking about, else? It's all here. And I come in, and I can see the experience that is to... I label it experience. I call it experience because that's my only framework for what that is. But I see someone in that, and my words are pointing to it. And so it can create the illusion in you that that's what I'm truly experiencing. I'm just experiencing the universe unfolding from within my heart. The Shakti energy just pouring out of my eyes. Every moment since the Big Bang leading up to this very moment on, and I've had, I want to have those experiences because I've had all of them individually, and I've had small portion, but I've never had the whole thing. And even if I have, I'm not in it now, and so I can't go back in this moment, and so and why am I trapped here? So I understand it, but I'm not in it. And what's the difference between in it and out of it? I don't know. And realistically, I know that I'm in it. I know that the self's in it, but from where I'm talking, I'm not at that level yet. Why? Because I don't give it enough dedication. That makes me so angry, because dedication is my thing. Jacob was given one task, be dedicated to the thing. And so, but now I'm in a part of life where I have to learn how to multitask. And so dedication, but I sacrifice, dedicate. The whole thing is that you don't sacrifice it. Damn it. Focus, dedication. It's so poignant. It's so hilarious. And that, I realized that I was still meditating, but not the I. It's so beautiful. It's so weird, because I'm here and I'm here. We're both here simultaneously. I'm me and I'm you, and I'm imagining all the levels exist simultaneously, which is usually that's the case, right? I feel like I would know that by now, because I know it, right? All levels exist simultaneously. I can say that, but I don't feel it. I don't experience it. I don't feel it as true unless I'm in that. But when I'm in that, I don't know. I'll know someday, I guess. That really does bug me, though. This incarnation of me, this level, this version of me. That the statement that I love, that I'm really attracted to, is, why are you waiting? Go now. Especially in relation to Jesus. Why are you waiting to sacrifice this thing? Go to the cross, give it up right now. What's stopping you? What's holding you back? And solve that problem and do it. Don't even bypass, go. This is the most important thing. Go. Dedicate yourself to it fully. And when you do that, and that initial energy is just the energy that it takes from one entity, getting it into the other entity to get them that initial startup to go and do it. When they go and do it, they find out why you wanted them to go and do it. It's because you've done it yourself and you had that experience. And so they've had that experience, and so now you're in that moment together. And you both understand why that happened and the importance of doing that thing. What's the thing? Anything. Discipline, physical exercise, taking your bad habits and throwing them in the fire, all of it. And it really bugs me because I'm not where I expect myself to be. Why do I expect myself to be there if I'm not there? Well, because I was there. No, I wasn't. I was trying to get there. And I got closer than I am now. In your mind, sure. But not really, because all the stuff that you're experiencing right now was just under the surface then. That was pushed under the rug. And so now you're dealing with it. So you'll be back. I'll be back. Awesome. What's so weird is you learn about these concepts. It's like in two different spaces. There's the learning space, and then there's off top of the mountains, Himalayas in the classroom, and then there's the marketplace. There's out in the city. There's just normal everyday life. And you learn them in one place, and you apply them in the other place. And that's, number one, that could spawn a lot of thoughts. I don't like the American education system. Not at all. Anyway, but... Oh, is that an effect of my mind? Is the teaching true, and then my mind turns it into something because of its own psychosis given to, and then I'm trying to blame the problem on America because I don't like America, but I really love America and what it's trying to do because that is me. I just don't like the direction that it took it because it feels like they took what I am and what my baby is and this thing that I care about, freedom, that idea, and then they turned it into, like, they monopolized on it, and then the same thing that they did with Christianity, which is, I don't like that system. Freedom and love, they've taken both of them away from me. That's what it feels like. But they're not mine in the first place. They're God's. I am God, exactly. But not that level of you, silly. So. If you don't believe that you are the Buddha, talk to yourself. And pay attention after you say something. What's the next phrase that comes? What's the next question, the next statement, the next whatever, and that's the Buddha. It's the pure next response to your thing, and it's usually so simple as, like, one word. Why? Question mark. And you usually skip over that part of the conversation. You do a paragraph, one word paragraph, but those little in-between moments are the self from within shining through, because you know the answer. You know how to get out of your own predicament every single time. It's so astonishing because you do. And it's always the smallest little mouse hole that you forgot about, and it holds, like, it holds the key to the biggest door or whatever. I'm getting lost in my optical things right now. By the way, I didn't take anything, just in case you're wondering. It's just so beautiful. So absolutely magnificent. That too. This is going to be green too. That's going to be the greatest part. Yeah, right now it's like not even the beautifulest perspective, like the... Wow, I used to use the word stereotypical a lot. I do not. I was about to say the stereotypical beautiful, like, because this green is what you usually think of beautiful forests and stuff. And obviously there's no forest, but it's forest, I guess. It's whatever it is. A little patch of nature. A little spot of God right there. It's all God. Ram, 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 ram. I didn't even mean to spend my whole time up here. I really enjoy it up here, though. Oh, no, my legs don't like that. Oh, no. Ah! I'll probably end. I'll just continue my meditation I didn't even get into the inquiry. That's okay. I'll probably just continue my meditation. Might go into the self-inquiry. Might continue my little project from forever ago. I don't know. But that's it. I love you. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I'm really appreciative of anyone who would ever dedicate time to be with me in this way, because this might not feel, I mean, depending on the level you're listening at, this is a very intimate moment for me, because this is where I feel the most me. This is where I feel when I speak from, like, who is Jacob? Who does Jacob want to be? That being, which side of Jacob is the most Jesus? Which is the most pure? Which does he like being the most? Which one makes him the most happy, the most fulfilled, the most? Which one does he want to? It's this one. But the nature of it is I'm alone in the forest. And so it's really like other people kind of ruin the equation. It's really nice to have other people in the forest too. And that's what I really want. But I don't have friends. So not in this current moment. So. But yeah, thank you for being here with me, because you are my friend. I really believe it. I don't know who you are, as I've expressed before, because you're just the person on the other side of the camera. I know that you are me, but that's all I know about you. But that is a lot. I know you pretty well, because you are me. I don't know. I'm just playing games. Anyway, I hope you're having a blessed time. If you're not, then I hope that you can extract some sort of meaning from that, so that the next time you are having a good time, you can be even having an even better time than you would have been, because now the next time the thing that's causing you to suffer right now comes up, it won't cause you to suffer in the same way, because you figured out how to get out of it. Hopefully. And if not, then it's some other process, and you understand that process better than I do, because you're that version of the self and I'm this version of the self. Here we all are, under the sun. Look at God. He's so beautiful. Look at the mother. She's so beautiful. Look at all the fishes in the water. Look at all the gravity. I could sing! I forgot. Okay, yeah, I'm not ending it until I sing. But I'm not going to sing like you expect me to sing, unless you've heard me before. But you couldn't have heard me before, and so, well, in the future. I will definitely probably do this more publicly in the future. But I guess that this would be the first thing of it. And so now I'm going to do it. But now I don't know how to do it, because it's a spontaneous process, and Alan Watts has lectures on that. So we're just going to sit and meditate until it comes, and when it comes, we're going to let it be, and then when it's here, we're going to stop recording. Well, when it's here, we're going to let it be, and then when it dies, we're going to stop recording. That's it. Thank you for sharing this space with me. I love you very much. Enjoy the show. Oh, praise Yahweh, I need your light, I need your soul, and this air that I breathe is but a gift from you, oh Lord. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Maya jire no yeah, yeah, na 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 na. Na 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 banana hanana momana amene omana nyemene no mana Shibiya dara siya gavande dara vande wana aman jine kate stare vramwara khana annashe onna diste noravite Nayan Shandadina Dayan Shavada Ayaya na shanyane ayay varanda Unanaya javandu aga krasta Hame shinde dona esta Onai masavaram vaya gonde este Ameni stangore hanani over vagare di onde I Hanne angaranda buddha eresto Amna javurandi vambadinga vidi abibe ommane varavwe ariyawe Handari jengiru rumurundora shundari rabadi no Emmenin bebenderaran Umia narashka uvarada habavarana hamaninashke buddhamana harinenani Mamani sevurande shavara hare obadaya hamana na 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 Hamani sevarembe savade hamani namnana shavare hara zavajingade vavade honna jobe anda shkavadi de nana janana nana nana rishke oreva amini jari remene mene onne onne hari Shabara remera berera Menerana yagara junanda Ambarandara Annaburasara Unanine Unanine Namburimbe bede bara Abum Aben baby Obadinda shkara Himmemene serembere ombagubere Hemshinane vanvere chore Hare Krishna 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 Rama Oa I am Bhaskariske Hoabarasa Om Mani Padme Hum Ajive Vumeya Foriya Varinde Hobarambare And after you do that, it feels so light. Let's float in love forever together on this planet through space and time until we die. Let's do it again. I love you.